episode of the IT Business Podcast, coming at you from Minneapolis, Minnesota, day 2 of the ACES conference here. And I just went around and found some people that I could grab today. And with me right now is Alan Edwards. And he is a man of many talents, many companies, but he's one of the speakers here at this year's event. But he does a lot of stuff for MSP. So Alan, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be some people that you found.
You're the first of many. The first to say yes.
Okay.
So you're one of the speakers here, but you actually have been around the MSP world for a while. And I remember you for some reason for a company called MSP Hire, but you're also doing a consulting business, Sedaris?
Yes, Sedaris Agency. It's a lot of working with owners and to make them operationally better and strategically better.
Okay.
The way I see it is the people we work with are usually feeling stuck in some form or fashion. They've been working too hard for too long. My favorite, I'm tired of babysitting these morons. Those are words that we try to keep them to help them stop having to say.
Okay. And how many years have you been involved here with ACES?
This is my second year at ACES. I had honestly never heard of it until invited to speak 2 years ago. But I have been very impressed with what I've seen here. I go to a fair number of trade shows, and this one's quite unique. I see so many people I have not met before. And even though this conference is focused on Mac specializing MSPs, the content has been quite universal and unique, things that I'm not hearing at other conferences.
Right.
So it's really, really good to attend the conferences.
Well, it's good because it's a mix of, obviously no true vendors on stage, but a lot of people helping us learn how to run our business. And as you mentioned, basically it can speak to any MSP in general, any business in a sense. I mean, as a business owner, you want to be profitable and you want to be able to treat your employees right and all that stuff. So it works out really good. I missed your section yesterday. I apologize.
There was no room anyways.
Listen, it's a nice space.
It is.
So just for a recap, what was your session on?
Oh, I was given a list of potential topics and I had to pick the one that best suited me. And what's interesting is it was a topic that I don't normally teach.
Oh.
But it really called to me on the list, and it was people networking. Like how to go to a networking function and have some success in the room.
Right.
And we had a blast. First off, the room downstairs here, they call it the den, and it has like couches and soft seats and some high tops in the top and some nice lighting.
Nice, cozy, intimate.
And I'm teaching networking, so what a great place to have that. And we actually did it workshop style. We stood up and we did some networking. I'd pause the room, which is hard to do in this crowd. Give some new pointers, and then we'd apply that, and then we'd go for a little while longer and pause the room. And it was a lot of fun, and I think some connections were made, and we all had tools. Last night at dinner, people were saying something out loud to somebody they had just met, looking over at me and going,
giving you the thumbs up. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I did like the title. I remember the title. It was something about networking, and then it, in parentheses, not that.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good because, like you said, tech people as tech owners aren't good at some of those business things, such as networking out in the real world.
Yeah.
So learning how to, it's cool to talk here amongst other techs, but if you're going out to meet prospects, chamber meetings, B&I, that sort of stuff, you got to learn how to be socially acceptable.
Now, that said, I do think that the types of IT people who become business owners are the ones who do also have those social skills. In some form or fashion,
usually,
which is how they're able to branch out and become so successful enough to own a business that can afford to send them to ACES conference, right? Everybody here, even those who say they're struggling, I remind them you're struggling with success. You're doing good, especially for being here.
Nice. All right. So now you were here as a speaker, but you've also been here both full days, interacting in the sessions and stuff. So what's a takeaway for you?
Oh my goodness. I think, as Justin said from stage, the number one response that attendees said what they wanted to get out of ACES was how to get more leads. And we've had a lot of good marketing and sales information from here. All of them, by the way, debunking the fact that, that there's a magic pill for how to get more leads, or that you even actually need more leads, or do you need more closes, or do you need more systems? So even though, as an old wise man, I feel like I've heard some of it before. I was taking some notes on, what, I need to come back to this basic that I've heard before. What they're saying makes sense. It applies to my case, and I'm ready to go back and apply it when I get back home.
Yeah, it was funny. I was, was it Tim Fitzpatrick, his session? I got a screenshot of him.
I have all of his screenshots.
Oh, really?
I sent them to my team's channel for marketing.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. The one that stuck out to me was, stop leaving money on the table, because how many times do people talk about, I need more leads? You know what? There's a lot more business sitting inside your existing clients if you would just participate and get them to talk to you about other stuff they're doing that's inside our space.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's, VoIP or, anything that ties to the network, we should be the ones managing and selling that if possible. So
yeah, absolutely. And there was another one from Brian Gillette on sales. Like, and I saw him doing the pre-close when it was happening on stage. He was like, how many of you would work extra hard if I showed you a thing that you would have to do and it would guarantee success? We all raised our hand, right?
Right.
And then he showed us a thing and we're all like, oh God, that's a lot of work. It wasn't hard work. It's just you actually have to go call that person and go send that email.
Yeah.
And do it consistently and at volume for a time, and you will get the results. And every time I'm having a slump in sales, I remind myself, oh yeah, I've got to get back to doing the basics because it worked.
It's funny because emails, I would imagine most people have no trouble sending emails as text. That's what we do. But picking up the phone to call,
yeah,
is probably one of the harder things.
It is. It is. I struggle sending the email, by the way.
Okay.
And they even addressed it on stage. It was like, you have all these doubts and things that what the person is thinking about you. And the fact is, no one's actually thinking about you.
Right.
Yeah. So I've done some cold calls myself this year for the first time in a very long time.
Okay.
I had some coaching to do it. I didn't have a whole lot of success, but just because I didn't have success because I didn't continue doing it. Right. It was a week of my life. But it was really good to get in that practice of making the call and being a genuine human being, right? Not trying to run a specific script. I had some points I wanted to get to.
Right.
But just, hey, how are you? And what are you about? And this is who I'm about. Am I taking up too much of your time? Can we reschedule? Just, having that human connection goes a long way.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Speaking of dinner last night, we got to sit in a little cove.
Oh, it's amazing.
And it was pretty cool there. Had some real good conversations and stuff. And that huge networking, in my opinion, that we were there. Usually everybody has dinner and then tries to find a way to, weasel out.
A graceful exit.
Irish goodbye. Even though it was an Irish pub, there wasn't an Irish goodbye.
It was Irish hello.
But it was very cool that, I don't know. Did you notice that people just kept showing up to our space? If there was an empty chair, somebody would come and fill it.
Absolutely. And in one way, it made me feel inferior because in theory, if I'm networking here to get business, I should be doing that. But in our circle, those who were out there to network and meet people and make connections happen, yes, they would take the time to change circles, come to ours, have it, and no one just came in and said hi. They chatted with us for a while. We had great topics, and they would move on, and somebody else would show up, and it was great.
All right. Well, Alan, I know we got to get going here. I want to say thank you for getting up from the table, coming in, and actually for us chatting in person. We've been connected on LinkedIn for a while.
Yeah, and I've you're famous, so I know who you are.
Famous.
And we've never had a long chat until last night.
Yeah. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming on here, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show. And we will probably see you again next year.
Sounds great, Cecil.
All right. That's it, folks. We'll be back with more from the ACES conference here in Minneapolis. See you later. Holla. Hello, friends. Uncle Marv back with another episode coming at you from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yes, I am here, really here, folks. And I'm wearing a hoodie. I've been wearing a hoodie the whole time here. But I found somebody that you have heard on the show before. You're actually going to hear him in a couple of weeks. He's going to be on. But I figured let's do a quick little shout out here. I'm talking about Tim Fitzpatrick from Rialto Marketing. Tim, how are you?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me, Marv.
Well, thanks for saying hello. It's first time we've actually met in person.
Yes.
IRL, as the kids are saying.
In real life, yes.
Yep.
I've met you and I've met a few other folks that I've connected with, and it's the first time face to face. So it's always great to do that.
So it was good. I remember when I looked at the web page for the first time and trying to say, okay, do I know anybody there? And it was you and Brian Bess and a few other people. I said, yeah, tech world's a little bit, smaller than we thought.
Yeah, it is a small world.
Yeah. So you've been here a couple of times, right?
This is my second time.
Okay.
I was at ACES a couple years ago in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
So
that's a little closer to your home.
It is a little closer, but it's a 2-hour flight for me to Minneapolis. So
that's it?
Yeah.
3 hours and 40 minutes for me.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little tight.
Yeah.
I had to upgrade to the comfy seats. It was much there.
Yes. Yeah. This is a great event though. It's a tight-knit community. There's a lot of great folks here, and Justin's done a great job of getting really strong speakers here. So it's always fun to join in.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Was your presentation similar to what we'll be talking about on money, marketing, and growth?
It can be if you wanted to. I spent some time talking about 10 fast track revenue opportunities that are existing in everybody's business, right? It's just hard to see these opportunities because we're too close to our own businesses. So
yeah. So the screenshot that I do have of you is the one where it says, stop leaving money on the table.
Yes. Stop leaving money on the table. Yeah. So if you think that that's a great thing for us to talk about, I would be happy to do that.
All right. I'll think about that. I was thinking about talking about it here only because that's one of the things that people don't think about. Is it's always about, I got to get new business. What about the existing business? What more can you do?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, there are customers that I've had where, we're never going to spend, X amount of dollars on IT.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're spending their phone service with us. They're actually buying the internet from us, and they're doing all these things. A client, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago actually came to me and said, how can we pay you less? And I said, do you realize, you're not really paying me.
Right.
You're paying for all these services that I provide for you. And they're like, oh, because we had to really break it down. I'm like, you just, because they look at the bottom number on the invoice and it's like, okay, you're not paying for, just me.
Right.
So very interesting here. What types of comments have you gotten from the people here? About
just in general?
Yeah.
A lot of them, just talking about it's great to see people face to face.
Right.
And just, it's those conversations that happen outside of the presentations where, it came up this morning where we're talking about, how being a business owner can feel like you're on an island by yourself. And when you come to events like this and talk to people, you realize that you're not. We're all in the same boat. Nobody has it all figured out. And having those conversations and learning, hey, what are other people doing to overcome the challenges you have? And what have you done to overcome the challenges they've had?
Right.
Just sharing those experiences is invaluable.
Okay. So I just got a question right before lunch, people asking me, well, what's this conference like compared to others? And I gave them my answer. I don't know. Do you attend other conferences?
I don't go to a lot of other conferences. The ones that I do go to tend to be smaller.
Okay.
Like ACES. I don't know how many people there are here, but there's, I don't know.
It's like 80 total.
I was going to say, but 75 to 100 people here. So it's big enough, but it's small enough where it's more intimate, right? You don't feel like you're lost in a sea of 10,000 people.
Right.
So for me, I like these types of events because you have an opportunity to really just immerse yourself in the experience rather than feeling like you're lost at sea.
Well, you're not just sitting at, 50 rows back looking at the big screen because you can't see the person on stage.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and there's a lot more opportunity to if you see a speaker that you really want to talk to, here you're going to be able to do that.
Oh yeah.
There's plenty of opportunity. There's plenty of breaks, meals. So if you want to talk to a speaker, you can do that. And at larger events, I don't think that that's always the case.
I can't find them half the time. So
No,
this is good.
It's over and they're out.
Yeah.
So
all right.
yeah.
Well, Tim, like I said, wanted to grab you real quick and do a quick shout out and let people know that you are going to be coming up. I think it's 2 weeks.
I believe you're correct.
So we get you on a full money, marketing, and growth episode.
Awesome. I look forward to it. It's always great to connect with you.
All right. Thank you much, sir.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, folks, that's going to do it from here at the ACES conference in Minnesota. We'll see you soon. Holla.